Welcome back. Now, 4 days after easing relaxations for Bakrid, the Supreme Court today pulled up the Kerala government for those relaxations. The court said the state government had bowed to traders' pressure, said that the Kerala government had gone and put pressures of market organizations ahead of the right to health. Take a look.
The Supreme Court gave a stinging dressing down to the Kerala government on relaxing norms for Bakrid amid a raging pandemic. A two-judge bench of Justices R.F. Nariman and B.R. Gavi told the state that its affidavit in the Supreme Court reflected the sorry state of affairs. The bench said the relaxations when cases were rising on an alarming scale was uncalled for. It said the state government giving into pressure groups like traders discloses a sorry state of affairs. The top court of the country said it would hold the Pinarayi Vijayan government accountable if cases spread due to the relaxations. Kerala has been reporting 10,000 to 16,000 cases a day over the last 1 week. As in the case of the Kawad Yatra in Uttar Pradesh, the Indian Medical Association had termed Kerala government's decision dangerous.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Supreme Court for intervening in this issue and also coming to the rescue of the people of Kerala and their lives. The government of Kerala's political gimmick has been exposed.
Kerala BJP President K. Surendran said the Supreme Court's order was a tight slap on the state government.
Actions from the Honorable Supreme Court is a tight slap on the face of Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan government. The government miserably failed to protect the right to health of its citizens under Article 21.
Kerala could have well taken a cue from states like Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh, which despite having minimal cases, decided against allowing the Kawad Yatra. With inputs from Anisha Mathur, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's raise more questions. Is the Kerala government guilty of appeasement on Bakrid? Will the relaxations lead to a COVID surge as some fear? Is Kerala losing the plot as COVID cases rise in the state? Dr. Anish T.S., Associate Professor, Government Medical College, Thiruvananthapuram joins me. Dr. S.S. Lal, Public Health Expert joins me. I want to come to you first, Dr. Anish. Let's be clear. At a time when cases in Kerala have been steadily climbing, was there a need for these relaxations? Did, as the Supreme Court suggests today, the Kerala government bow down to pressures from traders, bodies and religious groups to allow these relaxations during Bakrid?
I appreciate the intervention of Supreme Court, but I want to think in a different direction, along with what Supreme Court is done. One thing is, COVID is not an epidemiological issue. Or it has got some other.
I'm getting a noise from one of your phones. One of you is. You're getting a Skype call, Anish. You need. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead now.
Oh, okay. So we have to look at the restrictions and relaxations the Kerala government is giving now. One thing is, it is not a relaxation on religious ground. There is no relaxation for religious gathering or something like that. It is only opening of shops. That means you can open the shops for 3 days or fully. That means from maybe 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or something like that.
No, but on the occasion of Bakrid, no, let's be clear. You are opening the shops because of Bakrid on these days to allow people to go out. So there is a religious element.
Yes, definitely yes. But the religious ceremony has two parts. One is people are going out and purchasing things. Second one is people are gathering because of some religious sensibility or something like that. Here, we have to, the COVID is, along with the health problem, COVID is an economical problem and a social issue. So many riots are happening in Kerala. You may be knowing the Mithai Teruvu issue, that the merchants are making a lot of issues that they cannot lead their livelihood because of the COVID restriction. Even the Kerala unit of IMA, they said that the restrictions, that is maybe opening the shops in 2 days of a week, is not good because it will create some kind of super spreading events.
Yes.
So let us open the shops for the entire day so that there will not be any super spreading. So Bakrid is actually a context where people will go out, we will buy things so that it will.
No, sir.
give some
Sir,
kind of-
I concede I concede that there is a right to livelihood involved here, but that argument then can be made by various people at various times across the country. Tomorrow during Ganesh Chaturthi next month, Maharashtra will make that argument that during Ganesh Chaturthi people go out, shop, therefore please keep the shops open. Dr. S.S. Lal, do you agree with the argument that is being made by Dr. that you have to look at right to livelihood and therefore keep the shops open during Bakrid? That was the reason we kept it open.
Now, you said the points. Actually, what happened is we all have been telling the government that government should allow the shops to be open, the shops that sell essential things. Now, even mobile phones are essential commodities these days. So government was not listening to it. Government did a lot of mistakes in the past. They didn't do enough number of tests, because of which there were a lot of people wandering around without knowing that they were patients. And they were not doing enough number of tests, and there were manipulations in number of deaths. So many mistakes government did. And so there were a lot of scientific people, including IMA, we were all supporting the government when the government wanted to close down everything, when the disease was spreading very fast and it went out of our control because we didn't have enough number of beds and ICU beds and all those facilities. So we all supported that everything should be closed down. Then after some time, so things were becoming slightly better and we had enough beds and other facilities, then we have to allow people to live normal life. We don't have big factories, we don't have such institutions, and only few small percent, 5% of the people are government employees.
No, what
People
happens if the cases rise now, Dr. Lal? What happens if the cases rise?
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. So you have to attack the virus, not the people. So you have to see that, you have to ensure that people are not going to crowded places. People are not causing crowds. That's what you have to control. But you should be allowing individual people going for work. So which was not happening in Kerala. And shops, what happens is, see, I was living in the US last year when COVID started. So then immediately after 1 month of the epidemic, the government asked the shops to be open 24 hours so that the number of people, number of customers coming to any shop at a particular point of time will be less. And there was time allotted for all these.
So you're saying there is no harm in allowing shops to open, but you have to find ways to ensure that there is no overcrowding. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that is not so
Essential
easy.
commodities
But that's not so easy. Why? I mean, today, the Supreme Court today said very clearly that if you can stop the cover yatra, why during Bakrid do you need the shops to be open? That's what the Supreme Court is saying.
The Kerala government did the wrong thing. What happened is they tried to open everything suddenly. And they, of course, they may have political intentions. Government has been playing politics using this COVID. Many governments do that. Kerala government was not an exception. They were also using this COVID to play politics.
You're
so
saying
that was a wrong decision.
You're saying saying they should have not taken this decision suddenly. This decision should have been done in a manner that you ensured that shops were open, but opened in a manner without allowing overcrowding. Now, this is all
exactly.
But that's easier. That's easier said than done. Dr. Anish, my final question: has Kerala somewhere lost the plot? We were all hailing the Kerala model just a year ago. Now we find Kerala has the maximum number of COVID cases in the country, and there is a sense that somewhere the controls have been lost.
I agree what Dr. S.S. Lal has already said, that definitely we have to open up our shops, but you have to be very cautious because it can create a wave or something like that. But which state in India can have that kind of an experiment can be done? Definitely that could be Kerala. Because if you look at the vaccination coverage, Kerala has got the maximum vaccination coverage. Compared to Europe, it may be less, but we have got maybe 45 or 50% of our people received first dose of vaccination. Government clearly instructed that if you stay at the shops, the shop owner and the workers should be taken at least 1 dose of vaccination. It is only a 3 days relaxation. Definitely it is a risk. The government is taking a risk, but it will definitely.
So you're telling me Kerala is trying to balance the right to livelihood with the right to life. You're saying Kerala government is in the best position to do that, to try and ensure that people's livelihoods are not destroyed. Hence the shops are open. Am I correct?
Not completely, but definitely this is a step towards that.
Okay.
Definitely there will be religious sentiments and other politics will be involved. That I'm not.
I'm glad that both of you somewhere are admitting that there is also an element of politics involved, because that is the fear at COVID times. Politics cannot take over the right to health in any part of the country. We expect states like Kerala in that sense to show the way, not be a step behind. Thanks very much to my two guests for joining me on that issue there in Kerala. Let's leave you though today with my good news story. And my good news story comes from